as well. Now, in this left, right, etc., and all, what does it refer to? We generally call it the political spectrum. Okay. Now, when you say left, right, center, etc., and all, when does this word emerge of left and right? So, left and right emerges during the French Revolution. Now, in French Revolution is basically what? Did I mention it? The French Revolution is a group of people who are unhappy with the monarchy, want to overthrow the monarchical rule, and whatever the reason. Now, basically, when I say a group of people, these are actually the Ambanis of today. So these are traders, a trading community. When I say it's just trading community, it is not a complete truth. There are many people, but trading community is one which is being mobilized here. Yes, there are intellectuals, people who want liberty, equality, etc. That is there. So these people wanted a change. That is, they wanted to overthrow the monarchical rule. So what is the word I'm using here? Change. Now, some people who did not want change. They supported the monarchy. And when they were sitting in the house, so when they were sitting in the house, these people were on the right. These people were on the left. Huh? Change. Right is conservative, not change. Left is change. So when they are sitting on the, left people wanted a change in the monarchy. Now when I'm using change, I'm using it in a specific context. I'm saying change of monarchy. But as of today, when you see today, leave that word monarchy. Change itself gets associated with left. Change itself gets associated with right. Now we'll take first I'm discussing the evolution. Thereafter I'll take personalities and identify what are the features. Now what happens? These left people were successful. Overthrow of rule happens, liberty, equality, fraternity is adopted. Now when you talk about liberty, equality and fraternity, liberty is the cherished value there. Why it is a cherished value? Because these people wanted freedom for trade. That was the basic idea there. So group of traders did not want the rule of the king precisely because they wanted a freedom in trade. That is where mercantilism emerges. Mercantilism is different from capitalism. Capitalism is completely different. Okay. Should I stop? Okay. So what I said, mercantilism is the thing which is emerging. There is trading which is happening, etc. Now, after a point, what happens when these people acquire power? So these people who wanted change then, they become status quoist. Who is a status quoist? Who doesn't want things to change because they are in power now. Earlier the monarchy was in power, these are in power now. Now when I say they want status quo, there must be someone who is challenging it. Yes, that is why they want a status quo. So who are the people who are challenging it? There is the labor class. What happens when these people overthrew them and then they came to power? There was exploitation. These were actually the mercantilists, later on become the capitalists, etc. So when they become the capitalists, they are exploiting the labor class. Now there comes another thinker, Marxism or Marxist and other socialists who want to challenge them. Now these become the leftist. They become the rightist. Okay. So they align in one particular group now. Right, they become the rightists. Who are the rightists? Someone who is supporting the monarchy, they are called conservatives. These people who are in the capitalists, they come to the center because things go on shifting. So after that, what happens? Thereafter, now once you see leftists emerge, there are three groups of people I said. Who are the three groups of people? What are the three groups of people I said? One is your left, which is socialist now or Marxist. Then you have the centrist. Then you have the rightist. These rightists are the people who supported the monarchy then. They were wanted to overthrow monarchical rule. Capitalists, these people are. Is it clear? So basically it is shifting. So if someone else comes, they again shift.
So the spectrum of the political thing, it changes with whoever is included, like around them.
Yes. So basically what happens, when you say someone is a status quoist or a radical, that status quoist or that is defined according to a situation. No one is a, so today leftists, after a point, suppose communist rule comes, they will become the status quoist. Suppose communism ushers in, then they will want to preserve it. So this will shift further.
So suppose if the labor movement and the extreme left get the rule, they establish a government, the extreme left and the labor class. Then will there be another left, a thing that is further left from India become the status quo? And what
Depends, like, I mean, how the, well, I'll discuss that. That point I'll come to. Now, what, I mean, are these three groups fine now? Now, what I want to do, I'll just, in this only there are many splits now. There are three groups, major groups. Now they split in different terms. Terms like far left. You might have heard terms like far right. Yes? I'll give personalities for each, then you'll get to know who is far left, far right, etc. Now, if you look extreme left, take Stalin. Okay? Slightly left, not complete left. So, for example, these people are wanting change, but through a parliamentary route. For example, in India, Kanhaiya Kumar is there. Yes? So, these are, in India, CPA, particularly this personality I'm taking. Now, centrist. Centrist are people who are liberals and capitalists. Congress. And a liberal person, I take it as Tharoor. Okay. They are not perfectly capitalist also. Now, how they change, that we'll discuss. The split we'll discuss. Now, right wing, BJP. And BJP also, there are some extreme elements, extreme right wing also. Extreme right wing, there is sometimes we criticize, right? There are fascist tendencies in the party. There is a fascist government, etc. and all. So if you look at the older ideologues, Golwalkar, Savarkar, etc., extreme right. If you go for extreme right, Hitler, Mussolini. Now in India it was not possible because India had adopted a democratic setup, constitution, etc. So it was not possible, like a Hitler-like phenomenon was not possible. These are called democratic fascists. I mean, right wing, what is right wing? What are the general features of these we'll discuss. Okay. Now first is extreme left wing. When I say left wing, what is their idea? They want change. Okay. They want change. They are called extreme left because they want change through revolution and violence is involved. They do not adopt a parliamentary road or a peaceful road, etc. Slightly you go right, they also want change. These people, the left wing, they're also called socialist. There is a difference between communism and socialism. Communism is extreme left. Socialism is not extreme left, somewhere in the middle. So socialists want a change through gradualism. Gradual means slow. Extreme. He is a supporter of communism. And also Bhagat Singh, you cannot completely say is a complete Marxist. So you cannot completely identify a personality. Bhagat Singh is more anarchic socialist. What is anarchic socialist? There are different combinations like that. Now, Marxism believes in a class revolution. Bhagat Singh, individual heroism, though he later on accepts that individual heroism will not work, a mass movement is needed, but is more of anarchic socialist. And also somewhere influenced by communism also. We cannot say completely communist. Only figure I can talk about is Stalin, that too because that he went dictatorial. That is why I'm giving that as extreme left example. Okay. Now in this one, socialists are gradualists. Now in socialism only there are 100 forms. There is Gandhian socialism, there is Nehruvian socialism, there is Indira Gandhi socialism, there is Fabian socialism, there is German socialism. Yes, I mean, at least there are 10 schools we can count and each can be a potential question. So these are people who take a gradualist road to socialism. Now, centrist. Now here centrist can either swing towards the right, they can swing towards the left also. When they swing towards the right, so they become, so suppose centrists are swinging towards the right, so they become extremely capitalist, extremely private, extremely supporting the private sector. Center can also go towards the left as well. For example, Congress is center left. Is that clear? The center basically they maintain a balance. Here and there they take both. But sometimes what happens if they move towards the right? What is the difference? So this is basically you can categorize it as a liberal. So liberals are basically liberals do what? They believe in liberalism, meaning liberal ideas in everything. When I say in everything, in every sector, maybe politics, maybe economics, etc. So in politics, they want democratic institutions, openness, discussion, debate, etc. In economics, when it is openness, it is capitalism, right? Now, who is a rightist? Slightly move towards them. They have two. What did I say? Rightist is someone who does not want. So, what change he does not want? Rightist is a very unique combination, nothing original. If you go to the history, when I discuss history, we'll get to know how they came into power, etc. What is their never it is considered as ideology also. They are called propagandists. There is nothing very unique or original. One is they are conservative in what? They are conservative in family, society, and nation. So when you classic example is Trump. So but they are what? But they are open in economy. So two different trends are there. So rightist is a person who believes in open economy, but they are conservative in other elements. For example, Trump, look at the views of Trump with respect to women. Look at his views with respect to blacks. A misogynist, a racist. So rightists are conservative in that nature. They want to have a hold on patriarchy. Family should be in order. Society should be in order. Nation should be in order. Meaning there should be no internal or external threat. For them, internal threat is a multiculturalism is an internal threat. They want uniformity. So our party, in the present party, in Indian government, this is the ideology which is being followed. On the one hand, you have crony capitalism today, which is coming up in all sectors, be it farm bills, land bills related to Jammu, Kashmir, etc. It's all a road to crony capitalism, and they want order in the society. The order is the Hindutva nation, etc. Those ideologies which they give. When you go for extreme, here what they do, right wing come to power we keep putting a facade of democracy, slightly right. Like Trump is not going for violence and coming to power. Whereas if you go for extreme right, so Hitler also comes through democratic means only, but resorts to all sort of violent means. They do not play within the confines of democracy. Extreme right, just like extreme left, which does not play according to the rules of the book. They go for violent methods. That is why both are violent and dictatorial. That is, in between you have democracy. Is that clear? Now this is a redundant model today. Now why am I giving you this? Because the moment you say right, you should be very clear. What is right? The moment I say gradualist or socialist, you should be very clear what it is. No confusion like, okay, rightist is this, leftist is this, nothing of that should be there. This clarity is very important once you know if you have to know the evolution of ideologies. But today this is a redundant model. Why? Extreme left, extreme right, it's a unilinear or a monolinear model. Where do you place feminism? No place here. Feminism is an ideology today proper. After 1960 it becomes an ideology. So no place for them. Environmentalism, no place for them. Post-colonialism, no place for them. Postmodernism, no place for them. So this kind of a model is rejected today, left-right model. That is why environmentalists and feminists, they give a call, neither left nor right, but ahead. So if they give you that quote, this statement itself will do in environmental, they'll ask you, suppose they put neither left nor right, but ahead. This was given by environmentalists. Reject that model because both left and right have been equally destructive to environment. We need a new ideology called environmentalism is what they say. Feminism also says the same thing. Both left and right have been equally, and equal is not the right word. And you say because leftists have a different, because at least there was some sort of feminism which was existing. In Marxian ideas or in Engels' ideas, USSR had the first woman minister, cabinet. So those things are there. Now, when you consider, yes, I mean, not up to the mark. We cannot say they were real feminists. Feminists for a certain reason they were. So neither left nor right, but ahead is the idea given by. So this is a redundant model today, but it offers a sort of, gives a sort of perspective to understand things. Nothing more.